The stream is live. Hey, all
This
right.
is
So
right.
obviously, this is the first time Karen and I have gone live, and we're streaming to our YouTube channel. And oh, I just see that there is a comment that came up. That's really lovely. Anyway, we're streaming to our Platinum Prime Life YouTube channel, which you can find at YouTube, and then the at symbol Platinum Prime Life. That's our channel, and you can subscribe to it and see our past shows as well as what's on our mind these days. And then Karen is streaming too.
I'm
Where
streaming to Facebook, and I have two. I have my private face. Well, it's a page that's my private timeline, and I'm also streaming to Karen Nelson Bell professional page.
I love it. All right, so this is exciting. This is new territory for us both to do this combined.
One of these days we'll have to stream to where people actually go to get podcasts, because we haven't even really talked about that. We're streaming to Facebook and YouTube, but there are podcast servers, right? Like iTunes and I don't know,
Oh,
Spotify and
guess
all of
what? I know all about that stuff. So yes,
Wow.
when we're live, we will be streaming everywhere. It'll distribute everywhere, but you can only go live on certain channels. And so we're doing that. We're hitting like the major ones. We
Awesome.
can do a live TikTok someday, but not right away.
Linda
Anyway,
is my tech mentor, and every now and then I'll come up with something that she didn't know about, and so we kind of swap tech. It's amazing that two ladies that are technically seniors are like both techies. Linda,
whoa.
I think Linda, you're way in advance of me, so thank you for all your help.
I wouldn't say that's necessarily true, but getting all that out of the way, because we're probably going to cut all this stuff off. It's between us. We think it's exciting. You may find it utterly boring, but let me just share with you that you can learn whatever you want to learn at whatever age you are.
Mhm.
And the really nice thing about being an older age is we're living proof of that. So Karen and I both can hang out with just about any age group, honestly, and fit right in, because even though physically we have some digits behind our age, um, as far as outlook on life and our approach to life and what we consider the future can hold for anyone who really believes, we're very, very young. So, guess what we're going to talk about this week?
I don't have to guess. I know.
You know. So, this came to me today. I have struggled with just across the board balance of taking care of myself consistently. Karen does a much better job of it. Me, not always so good. And one of the challenges that everyone who has any attention on their health goes through, and I know this because I've talked to many people, is the amount of advice on now you should be doing this and 15 things you could do. And this one vitamin is going to change your life and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. If you followed every one of those things, you would never get anything else done. And you probably would be a physical wreck, because what's good for you is what's good for you. So you need,
Amen.
yeah, you need to find what works for you. You're unique. And so what works for you and your life and fitting it all into your life is unique. So, with that in mind, here I am this morning. And so I do a lot of work from home. I also have an office. I'm in the financial services business. And so I will just go between places. But on top of that, I have a very busy everything else life as well. And I'm in a sector where there's a lot of studying, there's a lot of licensing and certification and stuff to learn. So I've got all the head stuff and business stuff, which is a primary thing, as well as a very active family life and friend life and so on. Getting to the gym just gets pushed down where it shouldn't. So then I retreat to what a lot of people do, which is, well, I'll just do stuff around the house. I will have this thing and that thing and, whatever the latest piece of exercise equipment is. So today I was getting my vitamin D out in the sun, jumping up and down on my mini trampoline after having studied something that I needed to study this morning while standing on my vibration plate. And I felt wonderful. So, but I realized, okay, I combined a whole lot of things so that I could do what I needed to do and what I know I need to do to stay healthy and live a long and active life. And when I brought it up to Karen, who is so good, she's so disciplined on what she does, I said, let's talk about it, because everyone I know is doing something different and they're struggling to find that good fit. Most people are, unless they're very disciplined. So I'm actually going to turn it over to Karen, and we're going to compare what works for us to stay healthy and keep all those little bits in place, and then some suggestions.
Well, we're more alike than we are unalike,
Yeah.
because we like the same things. For example, I have a mini trampoline as well, and I will probably be able to get on it pretty soon. I had knee replacement, total knee replacement 3 months ago, and I'm starting to enter that time period where maybe I will be pain-free someday soon. I'm not pain-free yet, but I think I could do the mini tramp. So I do that. And I also, you mentioned the WBVP therapy, whole body vibration plate. And I'm big on this because it's really good, as is the mini tramp. It's really good for your lymph system, because lymph doesn't have the thing that the heart does, which pushes you back up. It just, you have to get your lymph flowing on your own. So, and also I use the whole body vibration plate for bone density and muscle repair. And I go to PubMed.com, .gov, and research the papers, and it's undeniable. The proof is there. I mean, the studies are there that it will increase your bone density and improves your as you exercise your muscle strength. But so we're alike in that we are attracted, and we both wear a watch to bed, and she has an Oura ring, which I'm jealous because I don't have one. I want everything that she has. The thing that I am not disciplined. What I am is I trick myself to be disciplined, because it wasn't until I had the knee surgery that I became disciplined, because here's this very extremely painful operation. And before the operation, I knew I had to lose some weight, because the knees don't like to tolerate extra pounds. For every 1 pound, it's 10 pounds. So if you're 10 pounds overweight, you're putting 100 extra pounds of pressure on your knees. So I decided to lose weight before the operation. And I did. I lost 13 pounds in the 3 weeks before the operation. So that was really important to me. So now, once you get the operation, you have to do the exercises in the physical therapy, or your knee operation will have been for naught. So I have a gym in the room that's outside my bedroom, and it's on the bedroom and the gym are on the second story of the condo. And I am not allowed, I trick myself, I'm not allowed to go downstairs until I've done at least 3 of the important things. And one of them is the whole body vibration. The other is riding my recumbent bicycle. That's for my knee rehabilitation. I have to get range of motion by doing the bicycle. And I have a physical therapy and weight training that I have to do for the knee recovery. Now, guess what else I'm supposed to do? I'm supposed to walk. They said, and I said, well, it hurts. And they said, I don't care. You walk anyway, because walking is the thing that will make you not hurt later. So here I am at 80 doing more exercise than I did when I was 60 or 56, because that's when at 56 is when I started having the knee problems. And when you have knee problems, and I have a curvature of my back, and it gives me pain when I do too much, I became sedentary. And then after my husband, I'm a widow 18 years now. After he died, I gained 90 pounds. Well, if you're 90 pounds and your knees hurt and your back hurts, well, your knees hurt because you weigh 90 pounds too many. You become sedentary, and that is the main challenge for all seniors. Is certain things, the warranty ones runs out on certain parts.
Right.
The warranty ran out on my knees.
Mm.
You have to do some things to make yourself able to exercise. So you have to trick yourself into these things. So I don't know what your trick is, but I had to trick myself. Now the knee has tricked me into it. And guess what? Here's the really weird thing. I walk now to at least 2 miles a day. And I can only walk, as of today, I actually walked 3/4 of a mile. Before that, it was like I could only walk a half a mile, and I would do that 4 times. Now I can actually walk more, and I just walk out my door and I walk around the condo. I don't go to the gym. I don't like to walk on a treadmill, but I have to do it for my knee repair. But guess what? I've discovered that I like it.
This is good.
That I sleep better because I do this all, like in the morning, and I'm getting sunlight on my face and on my body, and I'm just triggering the right hormones for the day. But now, because I'm getting better, I can start to do walking as an aerobic activity, because walking isn't necessarily, so now that my knee doesn't hurt so bad, I can start to walk fast and get a little aerobic thing going. And I'm losing weight like crazy. I'm 3 pounds away from the lowest I've been in the last 20 years.
Wow. Well done.
So I have to trick myself. I'm not disciplined. So if I say, and the other thing is, like, I love to dance. Well, I can't dance when my knees hurt. So once my knees stop hurting, boy, that's a way to trick myself into exercising, is to go to a dance class, or go to even ballroom dancing, line dancing, any kind of dancing. I'd love to learn how to West Coast swing. But anyway, so I have to, I'm not disciplined. I wish I were. But I'm being disciplined because I'm forced into it.
You are disciplined. I am sorry. Well, I have to disagree with you. You
Really?
are disciplined. Yes. I've seen you when you're on a project or you're doing anything, you stick with it, you get through it, and you get a result. And then maybe you move on to the next thing.
I do persevere. I will acknowledge that, but I don't think that's being disciplined. Do you think
Perseverance absolutely is discipline? Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay, I accept. Whatever you say.
Sure. Well, okay, so let's actually compare. So I'm more of the classic, I have a gym membership, I go 3 or 4 times, and then I don't go anymore. Yeah. I had, different apps, things I signed up for. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Here's this thing. Use it a few times. That's not it. And what I found is, just depending on where my priorities are is what happens. Because there have been many times where I've been right on it, just like, that's that. But when I do that thing, it kind of pushes everything else aside. So my priorities are, right now, I'm really focused on growing a business that for me is a new field. And so there's much I need to do to create it, and getting all the learning I need under my belt to do that takes a bit of time. And what I found about myself is that when I take on a challenge and I don't understand there's something technical, or I don't quite get it, I go into just an odd, like, I kind of go blank. I'm not so happy. I get closeted. I sit for too long, whatever. And I eat too much and I gain weight, but I'm still fixated. I do persist until I get it done. So what I've done recently, I've done a few things, and then I want to tell you how successful these things are because they may be successful for others. So much of what I do is desk related. It's like sitting at a desk, reading, studying, looking at a screen. Those things suck energy out of you. You just do not feel energized sitting there. You can up your energy wearing a headset with music that has some energy there. I've tried the, special music that does that. It actually does work okay. But what I invested in recently, which has been wonderful, is a standing desk. And so I'm sitting at this desk right
Can you
now.
show the? Can you do it? Make go up and down. I like it so much.
I'm sitting, but what I do is right now I'm in my office chair. I just flip my computer around and I stand up. I raise the desk up. It goes up 4 feet tall. So I stand there and I stand on, I actually have it looks like a half round platform. It's a balancing platform that I stand on, which takes a little bit of, okay, I got to do that. So my energy level, just being able to stand up while I work, has probably tripled or quadrupled. So that's one thing, is standing up whenever I'm having to watch a video or learn or do something that is just one way coming right in and I have to think with it. I do it standing up, which is great for me. So I found that ups my energy. It also ups my steps. And the second thing that I've just committed to every day is the 10,000 steps. Now, how do you get 10,000 steps in? Well, most people think you just walk, you're walking around 10,000 steps. But I don't have that luxury. So part of jumping on a trampoline actually gives me steps, and I will combine jumping with either listening to something I need to listen to, or I do eye exercises because I'm staring at a screen all day. I do the focus on something close, right? And then focus on something far. And that's very nice. And then I just put my trampoline out in the sun, because that's the other thing I discovered is with no sun, it really also affects me. So in a short amount of time, a week, I've gone from okay energy, not great, to way more energy, not any more sleep, which is still a situation, but I can tell my body is so loving just these minor things, but these minor things have added a lot more energy to exercise. Oh, and I don't see them, but I actually have 2 8-pound weights, and I'll be studying and doing this back and forth while I'm sitting. And it works. And
Well,
my production's gone way up too.
well, the fact that you're doing those weights, just coincidentally, you decided we were going to talk about this. And in the
Yeah.
last 2 days, I received, I saw 2 articles because I do research in the morning and at night. And they were both articles about why the most important thing for a senior is to create and maintain muscle mass.
Right.
That muscles actually do more than just move you around. They actually create enzymes and they create hormones, and they deal with your they modulate your sugar levels, your glucose levels, and they were so fascinating. So I'm very interested in muscle mass, and for me, I lost 90 pounds following a ketogenic diet, and I'm kind of a keto coach. I don't think everybody has to do keto. It's not for everybody. It was extremely good for me. But the first time I lost 90 pounds on keto, when I got really thin, people told me I was too skinny and scrawny because I had lost muscle mass. And when they said I was too skinny, I gained some weight back. I gained like about 30 pounds. And I've lost 27 of those pounds now to go back down. But this time, my skin, my face doesn't look like a scrawny face. I don't feel like I look drawn and haggard. At least I don't. I don't know, maybe somebody will say I do. I don't think so. So the difference being I have been maintaining body mass. I mean, I've been muscle mass, and part of it is making sure for seniors, you need to really up your collagen intake. It's great for building bones, but it's great for building muscles, and it's great for a lot of things. It's great for keeping your skin nice. But one of the things that keeps me inspired and gives me motivation is, and I don't know if you have one. Do you have a smart scale?
I do. In fact, I have 2 smart scales.
So I'm going to show you something that I'm going to show you. This is that's my smart scale thing for today. I'm 139, and it measures all these different things, right? So I want to tell you that the only thing that I still have to fix that isn't in the green, because being in the green is you're fine. You know, like my BMI now is 23 instead of 35 when I started. And
Right.
my body fat is in the light green, which it says 30%, and it should be down to 25%. And the other thing is subcutaneous fat. So I still have fat, even though if you look at me, I don't look fat. And also this time, instead of because I'm focusing on maintaining the muscle mass, my tummy is not. Before with keto only, my tummy was still big, and I still had insulin resistance, and I still had a fatty liver. This time, I have a waistline coming back, and it isn't completely flat, but my tummy is just so flat. I'm so proud of it. When I lay down at night, my ribs stick up higher than my stomach, and that's like, I haven't seen that since I was 25 years old. You know, I mean, I get real tickled. So I think maybe having your own mini trampoline and your own bicycle and your own treadmill and having a smart scale and having a smartwatch or a Oura ring or something. For me, these tech gadgets make me be more, as you call it, disciplined.
Yeah. Well, you have something that works really well for you, and it fits in your life really well.
That's
And
true.
I do too. I have my youngest sister who is, how old is she now? She's 65. She just turned 65. Beautiful. She's a beautiful girl. She's at her gym every morning at 5:30.
Wow.
Every morning. Why at 5:30? Because you get the best treadmill if you're there early.
Wow.
I know, that's pretty stunning, huh? And she's done this for years. So
That's
that's
why I say I'm not disciplined. I can't do that. Oh my God, that's disciplined.
that
That's
is.
disciplined.
So for every person, it can be different. And you really have to look to yourself.
Yeah.
Um, See what's making you feel better. And I think, when you see like, you'll see someone in the hospital and they've got all these different levels that are going up and down. Really, if you had a monitor on your body and you could look at the levels, the different levels, you'd see there's sleep energy, there's, are you hydrated enough? What's your heart doing? How's your breath? How much oxygen are you getting? La, 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 la. So you can see something visibly if you can hook up all those monitors. Who would want to? But honestly, you can do that, and you can invest in a lot of technology that can give you some of those results. But at the end of the day, you need to figure out what works well for you at where you're at in life, where you live, what's your environment like, and work on the incremental improvements that we all have the ability to have. We all have that ability. So, if taking this vitamin makes you feel better, take more of it. Stay away from drugs unless you have some life-threatening thing that without them, your life would be in peril. But for most people, taking a drug has side effects, and those side effects typically will far outweigh the benefits of the drug. So we're talking weight loss drugs, antidepressants, etc. There are other ways to handle those things. So drugs aside, unless you need them to survive, of course, just kind of figure it out. Once you do, then you're going to look at those incremental changes that you can make. You start doing the tweaking thing so that stuff gets better and better. And you need to get better and better against the detrimental effects of getting older, because the body's on a different pathway. The body's on the pathway of, I have a shelf life, which means I'm going to conserve energy. I'm not going to build the body anymore. I'm going to shut things down, because in the book of bodies and how they go, the older you get, the less resources you have to draw on, the less the body's creating itself. So you've done a good job at outwitting that part.
Well, thank you. I saw this morning. I saw a YouTube video of a lady who's 92. She started weight training when she was 75, and now she's like, and it's just awesome. And I think I'm starting at 80, and I'm going to be myself, because you can build muscle mass at any age. You don't have to be have been a former athlete, because I was a dancer in the early days, but then when my knees and my back said no, I couldn't dance anymore. So I didn't have that activity. And now I know that I can actually build up muscle enough. When I'm shaking my head, I see my camera is going up and down. I just got that. I'm sorry. I got distracted there for a minute. I'm like getting all excited about being but you can do this at any age. You can start the improvement. You can turn the tide at any age. That's just the truth of it. And Linda's right. Find something you have to be proactive on all of this stuff, on your diet, on your exercise, on your mental health, on your purpose in life. You have to be proactive, because there's not somebody going to come around and do this for you. You could hire a trainer, but you should ask the trainer to find you things that you like, not things you hate. Do things you love. I just love going for a walk. I used to love to walk. Then I stopped loving to walk because it hurt too much for my knees. But now I'm loving to walk again. So I'm going to love to dance again. Linda, let's go dancing. So that's my thing.
Well, let's do that.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right that everybody has to be proactive and find your thing. Find your thing.
So that is a bit of good advice from us. But let's actually give advice to people who say it's still overwhelming. It is overwhelming, the amount of choices that a person has as far as health goes. Mm-hmm. So what is your advice, Karen?
I really think that you already said it. Mm-hmm. My advice for simplifying is do the simplest thing first, which is take a walk. Take a walk not only helps your body, helps your heart, helps your muscles, it helps your mood. Mm-hmm. You might even be able to eliminate your anxiety by taking a good long walk and look at things and look around and admire, like, oh, I'm looking out and I see the bay, I see the sunset. It's past sunset, but it's still light out, and I love it. So take a walk. I would don't guess what else? It doesn't cost anything to take a walk. And if you can only, like when my knees hurt so bad, I could only walk just a tiny bit, and I still forced myself, but it got better. And I guess my other advice would be, if you have parts wearing out, get some good insurance and go get them fixed. I didn't think that before, but now I think it. I think at a certain age, as long as you're healthy enough to endure the replacement surgery, let's be bionic. But I guess my best advice would be take a walk.
Good. I love that advice. So my advice is give yourself a quick win. I've said a couple of times, more than once, that there's so much information, there's so much advice. It screams at you literally everywhere. And if you are on social media at all and you like something that has to do with health, or I accidentally clicked on a chiropractic ad today and on Facebook. I didn't actually mean to do it. It was on my phone and I hit the wrong thing when I was trying to put it in my purse. Suddenly, my Facebook page was full of chiropractic ads, and
Oh,
each one was, we're going to cure everything if you go to us, which for some people, chiropractic is a good solution. But my advice is give yourself a quick win. And by a quick win, I mean choose something that you can do that you know you're not doing, but you could do it and it's under your control. It's your choice to do it or not. And do that one thing and then feel better about it. And once you've got that, so for me, it was just like, rather than trying to do strength training and make it to the gym and do this and do that, I said, no matter what, I'll get 10,000 steps in a day. I won't go to bed until I've hit 10,000, which I've done. And everything else can just fall by the wayside. It is a quick win for me because it's something I can control and I can control it intentionally. And I am doing that.
I love it. I feel like a sissy because my goal is to do 4,000 steps. That's 2 miles. 10,000 is like 5 miles and 4,000 is 2 miles. And I'm like a sissy because I'm only doing 2 miles, but that's a fantastic goal for me. Absolutely. And it's hard. It's not easy, so you got your 10, I got my 4. And sometimes just walking around the kitchen and walking around the house, I got 200 steps.
Exactly. All right. So we are going to be wrapping it up for the night, but Gary Haggerty is saying, hi, Karen. I've been viewing your videos off and on for a while now. I'd like to say you're so inspiring. Hi, Gary.
Hi.
Your videos are helpful and informative. I don't know if you remember me. I was in the inner circle with you. Cheers, stay strong, and keep going.
He just brought back a flood of memories. That was awesome. We were in the inner circle with Robert Allen and Mark Victor Hansen, and there were about 100 of us that toured all over the world with these two fantastic mentors. We paid a hefty price to be mentored by them. In this life, I have paid a lot for mentoring, and I've never regretted it. Oh, Larry, that's so wonderful. I'm so glad to see you. And you'll have to private message me all of your exciting adventures that you're doing.
Exactly. All right. So everyone, stay healthy this week. Do one thing that gives you a quick win and share with us what you've chosen to do and how it went for you. We will see you again next week. And I don't know if we want to do a live stream? It's kind of fun seeing people come on, and since this was the first time.
I think if we do the live stream, we didn't really tell anybody we were going to do it. So I don't know how many people accidentally came across us during the live version. And of course they stay on there, right? And people can still see them later. But I think we should live stream. We should do it consistently.
There you go. All right.
Have
a wonderful week. Bye, everyone.